What's good, YouTube? It's Nas, and we back with another video. Road to 300 subscribers, of course. And I was just thinking about the Eastern Conference again. Yes, I know I've been making a lot of Eastern Conference videos, but Jaylen Brown is going to have to hold it down for the Boston Celtics this season. And obviously, we know that Jaylen Brown's name has been tossed around a few times throughout the trade deadline. Not even the trade deadline, free agency trades going on. Jaylen Brown is a number 2 option. Jaylen Brown can't be the first option on the team, and we're going to see that this season. And obviously, I feel like the Celtics roster is not good whatsoever. With Jason Tatum being out, it looks like Brad Stevens and the Celtics are just taking a gap year until Jason Tatum comes back. But we get to actually see what Jaylen Brown is made of. And I saw a quote of Jaylen Brown on Kyrie's podcast saying he never really had to carry the load because of his team. Like, we never really got to see the best out of Jaylen Brown. That's what he was basically saying. And this season, we have no choice to see the best out of Jaylen Brown. I expect Jaylen Brown to fully take over 23 shots a game this season if he wasn't doing that already. Like, he's going to take way more with Tatum being out. Derek White's going to have to look to step up. And obviously, where do we see the Boston Celtics being in seeding? Because obviously, there's still not a lot of good teams in the Eastern Conference. And the Celtics, I feel like Jaylen Brown cannot drag them to a top 6 seed. But maybe I feel like Jaylen Brown can drag them to a play-in appearance. Like, do y'all think Jaylen could do that? Because I have faith in Jaylen Brown. Because obviously, there was a season where Jason Tatum was in and out of injuries. I'm pretty sure that was the 22-23 season, where Jaylen Brown averaged 26.5 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 7 rebounds and 3.5 assists. His best season as a pro, and we're going to look to see more of that Jaylen Brown in 2022-2023. And that was the season after they made the finals. They were asked for the beginning portion of the season. Then Jaylen Brown turned it up. Jason Tatum turned it up. And what is he going to do without his other Jay? Like, we get to see finally one of them without each other. We get to see how Jaylen Brown is leading a franchise. And obviously, like I said, their roster isn't good. Like, I'm about to tell you their roster right now, and just just think of the first thing that pops up in your head. You got Jaylen Brown, obviously. You got Torrey Craig. You got J.D. Davison. You got Luka Garza. You got Hugo Gonzalez. You got Sam Hauser. Al Horford's not there. Al Horford is a free agent, so let's take him off. You got Josh Minott. You got George Niang still. You got Miles Norris. You got Payne Pritchard. You got Keita. I'm not saying his first name. You got Baylor Sherman, I'm pretty sure. My bad, I'm messing up names. You got Max Shoda. You got Anthony Simons. You got Jason Tatum. Obviously, Jason Tatum's out, so you don't have him. You got Xavier Tillman. You got Jordan Walsh. You got Derek White. You got Amari Williams. Now, that roster I just named. Tell me, who would y'all have starting 5? Like, that's disgusting. Like, let's just keep it a buck. That's disgusting. You're probably going to start, you're going to start White. You start Payne Pritchard, or you keep him in the 6-man role and you start Anthony Simons, maybe. You got Jaylen Brown at the 3. You got, who the fuck is your 4? Damn, that just fucked me up. Yeah, I don't know who the 4 is on this. You got George Niang. George Niang's your 4, I guess. At 5, you got Keita? Luka Garza? Like, that starting lineup is shitty. Like, it's garbage. Like, I don't know. You can like, I'm going to say, like, there's a lot of pressure on Jaylen Brown, but there really is not, really. Like, if I'm just looking at this lineup and I'm keeping it a buck, like, that shit is garbage. I ain't this is my first time reading out before a video. Like, I'm not scripting any of this shit, but that shit is garbage. Like, oh my god. Like, but Jaylen Brown has to. We gonna need to see Jaylen Brown take over some games this season. Jaylen Brown obviously has it in him, but Jaylen Brown on the offensive side of the ball, like, I often see him take a back seat when Jason Tatum obviously iso ball. Like, Jason Tatum is an isolation player, but when Jaylen Brown's off the ball, he's either in the corner chilling, he's not moving around at all, he's not looking for the ball to find him. And this season, the offense is going to be around Jaylen Brown, so Jaylen Brown is going to basically have to do everything for this to succeed. Whatever is a successful season for them, I feel like. But the pressure is not just all on Jaylen Brown either. It's also on Derek White. Derek White just had a great season, and the Celtics obviously are going to have to look for Jaylen Brown to become. I mean, not Jaylen Brown, my bad. You're going to have to look for Derek White to become an All-Star, and that is a high task for Derek White. But Derek White could have easily been an All-Star this season. Like, he had career numbers. He averaged 16.5 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, and 5 assists. I know the stats don't point up much, but Derek White was sometimes the best player on the Celtics some nights. Like, I'm not jacking it at all. Because when I used to be on when I used to bet, like, Derek White was an easy 15 a game, 16 a game, 17 a game. He was consistently getting you those points, where Derek White was a consistently 3+ 3s point game. That's what Derek White was, and that's what Derek White is now. So him being the official second option or the number one option on some nights, we're going to look for Derek White to have an over 20 point per game season. And I feel like Derek White could have that in him this season because there's not a lot of pressure, I feel like, for this Boston Celtics team. You also got Payton Pritchard off the bench. Payton Pritchard just won the Sixth Man of the Year. We're going to look to see him have a more increased scoring role. He's going to be closing games now. Like, it's going to be crazy. Like, that's what I'm wondering, like, how Udoka is going to manage this Celtics roster this season, because it looks bad. Like, you make some trades at the trade deadline where if Jaylen Brown has them above 500 or near the 500 line, or you see you're about to make the playoffs, or do you just tank? Like, I don't know. Like, this roster is just too bad for me. Like, I don't know. Like, I would just never imagine the Celtics being this bad in 2025. Like, that's why the Achilles, I feel like it changed the NBA, and I made a video when that shit happened, how the NBA changed like in 3 days, bro. That shit is crazy to me, bro. Because the Jason Tatum obviously being out with Achilles, Tyrese Halliburton being out with Achilles, Damian Lillard being out with Achilles. Yes, Damian Lillard's not on the Eastern Conference anymore, but he's still out with Achilles. Kyrie out with ACL. That's what I'm saying. Like, this league is going to look so different this season. And in 2026, when obviously Tatum makes a return, we get to see an improved Jaylen Brown with even more confidence, showing that he could be the number one option if he didn't have that confidence in him already. But let me know, do you think that Jaylen Brown could lead this team to obviously the playoffs, or lead them to a play-in team? Like, I would say yes, Jaylen Brown could lead them to a 10th or 9th seed. I don't see the Celtics making the playoffs this season, but I do think Jaylen Brown has it in him to rise to occasion and make sure the Celtics are not completely ass with the roster they have now. Subscribe. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what y'all think about the Celtics. What's good, y'all? If y'all made it to the end of the video, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And the channel icon's right here on the right, and there's a video on the left. Click one of them holes if you didn't watch it already, and subscribe. Help the channel grow, and I appreciate you.